Hello and welcome to the Hero Coaching Podcast with me, your host Mark Corner, empowering you to be the best possible version of yourself. Hello, and you join me for another exciting, mind-blowing hero coaching podcast. And I'm sorry for the overall gaps in the podcasts. Completely my fault. Life gets in the way sometimes of things, but now we're on a roll. I'm going to get things, So it's great to be back in the hot seat, and I'm glad to be your host. And my name's Mark Corner, and I am from Hero Coaching. So today's topic is the Nature Fix. Now, this is something that's really dear and close to my heart, especially when I was younger. I used to love being outside in nature. One of the things that really does stick out in my mind is being on the Forest Recreation Ground. And if you don't know where that is, it's where they have the Goose Fair every year. Being on there in all weathers, no matter what, whether it was freezing cold or whether it was warm or whether it was autumn. And one of the things that I used to really enjoy doing when I was younger was conquering. I can always remember there were some concrete steps used to go up, right up at the top. It was like a long, it was like sort of something that you see in a stately home sort of thing. You used to go right up to the top of these steps, these concrete steps. You know, I'd love to go back there. Childhood memories. Not been there for years and years. The Forest Recreation Ground, and of course, remember conker trees. I used to love conquering, chucking a stick up. Getting a conker, and then playing conkers at school, but I think they got banned because they reckon they were dangerous, and people got I don't know. There was some reason anyway. I don't know if it still goes on these days, but I used to love autumn conker trees. Anyway, that's by the by. But I think for me, I'm an outdoor type person. You know, I like being in nature. I used to love it when I was young. I used to go camping and everything. And this particular topic I've chosen today is based around a book called The Nature Fix by Florence Williams, Why Nature Makes Us Happier, Healthier and More Creative. And I've got some like basic notes here that I'm going to refer to. And let's get started. And it says, we suffer from an epidemic dislocation from the outdoors, and Williams writes, and it's destructive to our mental and physical health. This therapy is straightforward. The more nature, the better you feel. And I can add testament to that because we've got quite a big garden. Actually, we don't live in a massive house. It's not a millionaire's mansion by any means, but we've got a big garden, and it's big enough. It's more than big enough for me. I mean, we could probably have a trampoline in there, and a inflatable. Paddling pool or whatever. There's plenty of room. We've got 2 lawns and loads of flowers, and it's brilliant. And we've got loads of space. I mean, more than enough for what we need anyway. Probably overkill, really, thinking about it. But I only have to spend about, 10, 15, 20 minutes out there, and I just feel so much better. There's a massive difference between being outside and inside. And I think we live in a society today where we really do spend too much time indoors, and I think that's why a lot of people have got problems. It's just a habit. Yeah, so here's some sort of things that you might not know as regards nature. There's something called forest bathing in Japan, where they actually use it for therapy for people. They take them into the forest, and I can't remember. It's something you'll have to look it up on Google anyway. There's a name for it anyway. And there are lots and lots of benefits to forest bathing. As little as 15 minutes in the woods has been shown to reduce test subjects' levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. So, that's quite big, really, when you think about it. That's not an awful lot of time. Increase nature exposure to 45 minutes, and most individuals experience improvement in cognitive performance. Researchers in England have shown that access to green spaces reduces income-related mental health disparities. So, if you've got money problems, go in a forest. Aerosols present in evergreen forests act as a mild sedatives whilst they're stimulating respiration. I think this has got something to do with your immune system, actually. I learned quite a while ago that trees actually give off an oil. Believe it or not, that actually is beneficial to your immune system. We are meant to be outdoors. We're not meant to be indoors. It's just not us. We are hunter-gatherers. If you go back far enough, apparently, cavemen, get this, cavemen used to walk for 8 hours a day. 8 hours. How many of us do that now? Not very many, I would say, including me. Water and birdsong have been proven to improve mood and alertness. Really, being outside, what they say is it's about switching off and just being in the now, and that's what I do when I sit in our garden. We've got a little bench, a wooden combination, it's wood slats and metal ends. It's sort of back of the house, under the kitchen window, and I just sort of like sit there and just observe. I've got some binoculars, and the other night I was looking at some Swiss flying in the air, and I never knew this before, but I looked this up. Apparently there's a lot of insect life right up in the air, and that's why they fly around there. I never knew this, but apparently, it saves them hunting for food. Nature benefits might be due to something as simple that natural landscapes are literally easy on the eyes. Many of nature's patterns, raindrops, hitting a pool of water, or arrangement of leaves, are organised as fractals, and the human eye moves in a fractal pattern while taking in a view. Such congruence creates alpha waves in the brain, the neural resonance of relaxation. So, if you're seeing fractals, in other words, patterns in nature, that will make you feel relaxed, and that is the key. Our minds moves in a fractal pattern. Where are you going to get that inside? You can have plants inside, but it's just not the same. Plants in a modern house is great. There's nothing wrong with that, but really, unless you're going to plant a forest in every room, then you're not going to get the same. You've got to get outside. And they reckon, an hour a day or 4 hours a week, if not more a month, you've got it. It works. Most people get a lot of benefit from city parks, and as little as 5 hours a month does the trick. So we're talking about, an hour a week or just over that. The awe which many people experience in nature is, according to one study, associated with increased generosity to other people. So there you go. More than enough reasons to get outside. And another thing is being in nature. If you've got a dog, I used to going back quite a while now, but I used to go down to nature reserve and meet this guy. I can't remember what his name is. I can't remember his first name. And he's got a dog called Sydney. And it's always great to see him in the morning. We used to walk round and hope we'd catch this chap. And his dog used to, run around in circles and sort of like they do, excitement dogs, just basic things. But yeah, we've got. I live quite close to Attenborough Nature Reserve. They have made some changes to it, but most of it is sort of like untouched. There are some sort of man-made things that they've done down there. So my advice is get out in nature as much as possible. See as many fractal patterns, things like ivy, and look at plants and You know, I love being out in the garden. I bought a new hosepipe recently, extension, and I've been out in the garden, just watering the garden, and I'm just gone. It's amazing how such simple things, and alpha waves are the just so you know, are the frequency of relaxation, where you know you're just not really thinking about anything. It's just relax. So, if you want a quick alpha wave fix, get out in nature, see some fractal patterns, the sky, whatever, and enjoy your alpha wave fix. So that's all for now. See you again in the next mind-blowing episode of Hero Coaching. See you now. Take care. Bye. Much love.